Hey y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. Well, you asked, and I'm here to deliver. It's time to start the Dawntrail role quests. I know, I could have done these during main scenario, but I really wanted to get through main scenario, get to the arcade, and it was so much fun. But now we have some downtime, so, why the heck not? Nothing else on my pad to not count. So there are, if you are unfamiliar with these, 5 major role quest lines, and each of them has 6 quests, and I have to do the intro quest to start the whole thing off. So it's basically 5 really long episodes of Dawntrail for me to deal with. And yes, thankfully I do have a level 100 for each of these roles already set and good to go. All right, so to start this whole thing off, Uncouth Customers, Actually, you know what? Just because this has, experience on it, might as well do it on a class that isn't 100 yet. One that you guys wanted to see, and I will hopefully have at level 100 by next patch, so we can do it for that run. Dekumon, I've been wondering if you'd be along. Not a moment too soon either. I've got an urgent job that needs doing, and there's no one else I'd entrust with it. Of course you'll be wanting to know the details. It's a long story, so why don't you grab a seat over there? I'll join you shortly. Okay. This is the real reason you want me to do this, isn't it? You just want me to pad the not counter. And of course, none of these are going to be voiced. Now that we're all settled, allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm Brooke Evu, proprietor of Sabal of TI. As you know, my establishment is open to anyone, people hailing from across Tyrol and sometimes further, come here to whet their appetite and slake their thirst. Given how we turn no one away, it's inevitable that a few bad apples might mix into my motley patrons, and therein lies the rub. A particularly rotten bunch was here not long ago. Huh? How rotten are we talking? Sitting just over there, in fact, and having a conversation most foul. I thank you all for coming here so far from your respective homes. Oh dear, oh dear. There's only 4 here? No, there's 5. Let me guess, my mission's gonna be to chase all of these down. As this is the first time we've all gathered in one place, perhaps formal introductions are in order. I am. Welcome, welcome. What will you be having? Could we have a moment, please? We are in the middle of something very important. I mean, you did look like you signaled a server over, so maybe not raise hand? Now then, where was I? Oh yes, I am Abyahi. If you are sitting here now, it is because I have personally invited you to the passage of the Unbound, my secretive villainous order with ambitions to sow discord throughout the world. God damn, lady, just go on out and admit it, why don't you? And the proprietor's just like, damn. Villains do not often call themselves such. Nor do secret orders have their meetings in places where all eyes can see and all ears can hear. Okay, maybe you guys wanted me to do this because it's goofy as shit. What do you know? Your snide remarks only ruin my carefully constructed atmosphere. If I had time to think of a suitable slogan, you would understand that words are everything. But I digress. I invited you all here for one reason, to throw the world into a mire of chaos, and then watch its nations crumble. What else would call ourselves if not villainous? My only interest is to punish all who dare to mock and belittle me. So long as I can achieve that, you can call me whatever you like. The rich, the powerful, the mighty, all shall be crushed under the weight of my ire. A grand design for a group of 6. Even if we manage to muster others to our side, there's a limit to what we can accomplish. I regret to say you are right. At present we are bound and powerless. That is why, in order to raise our fists against our oppressors, we must find the strength to shatter our shackles. Okay.
And in so doing, we shall become unbound. Like the bird soaring up above, we shall take flight and spread our wicked wings, staining the azure skies black. But sometimes skies become treacherous with clouds, and even birds must rest.
You're speaking of finding strength. Is that why we're here? To look for it? If so, then I pledge my aid. With newfound might at my beck and call, I shall win adoration known only by a hero.
Your eagerness is heartening, and you are correct. The tools to make our goal a reality lay in Tyrol. Across this continent can be found certain artifacts which possess untold power.
Bunch of dirty sneak thieves. There are 6, huh? Who hasn't spoken then? Mirthful one.
Did you say artifacts? I sense an adventurous hunt for instruments of devious devilry indeed. My imagination is overflowing with images of the new forms my trickery might take. I dare say the world is not ready. Yes, well, to get to the heart of the matter, the objects are held by the disparate tribes which make their homes in the Trolley continent, where they have been passed down through generations as sacred treasures. Whatever stories these people have attached to their so-called treasures matters not. Each contain the essence of fearsome beasts called Tyrol Vidrol, and with them in our possession, none shall be able to stand against us.
Okay, no, you just went from nuisance to threat, ma'am.
We shall take the objects for ourselves, bring them across the sea, and use them to undermine nations far and wide. The means by which you each choose to do so, I leave in your hands. I only ask that you do not disappoint.
Oh my goodness. This is gonna be a thing.
I take it there are no questions. Then let the passage of the Unbound open unto the world. We begin at once. Check, please.
It's like those are the weirdest customers we've ever had.
They didn't even order a single thing. Then why did they ask for the check, though?
Well, that's a hell of a story. Also, that table only had 4 seats. How are there 6 people sitting there? That's the long and short of it. What do you think? Sounds like a bunch of goofballs. They might lack discretion, but they seem formidable nonetheless. They left without ordering anything? Villains indeed. Those monsters.
Oh, it's right there in their name. They're unbound by manners and respect, and won't be welcome back here anytime soon. You, on the other hand, can stay as long as you like. As long as you order something, of course.
That fit way too well with the ad-lib.
Of course, we had a duty to report what we heard at the Landsguard. We did, but it didn't make a damn difference, because soon we learned those unwelcome guests had teeth.
Oh dear.
Not long ago, one individual from a remote tribe came here seeking help recovering a stolen relic. Then another with the same story. Then another, and so on, until suddenly there was 5 of them. By the time we realized the passage of the Unbound was a real threat, they had one and all made their way across the sea with their ill-gotten gains.
Oh, so this is an excuse to go back to old areas, it sounds like.
Each tribe has sent one of their own to recover what was lost, but being in strange lands, they're at a disadvantage. That's why I've been looking for someone who knows every corner of the Yorlsia and beyond.
Well, that'd be me.
Now, I know you've business in Tyrol, or else you wouldn't be here in the first place. But if you could take the time to hear our Majun out, you'd be doing a service to many who could really use a helping hand.
Don't worry, I will. That's why I'm here. This first episode's going to be extra long because of all the exposition in this first quest. I wasn't expecting us to be so long. Oh, well, thankfully that quest is not super long, only had a couple steps. Maybe we got lucky and the rest will be this short.
Oh, greetings. Allow me to thank you personally for lending your assistance in this matter. We've been quite desperate for someone suitable.
Okay.
Greetings, Ramajon. At the risk of becoming a daily nuisance, I must ask, have there been any developments you might share? A nuisance? Why, perish the thought. You've come just in time, in fact. None other but the vaunted Dekumon has agreed to aid in the search. Finally, a fortunate turn. So long as our sacred treasures are in wicked hands, our home shall know no peace. To say nothing of the danger they pose to other nations. If these thieves really do intend to stir chaos across the seas, then you had better depart on the next ship. But before you do, it might be proper to introduce you to those who have come to Tuliolal in search of aid. Loa Zenque. Loa Zenque there comes from a village far to the north. A single warrior cannot hope to withstand the power of her tribe's relic, so she requires a stout protector, someone that can be leaned upon when times are darkest. The tank? The heirloom that Nippin must recover afflicts terrible maladies upon its victims. He seeks someone who commands great healing magics to counteract his effects. Healer? The search for Shashepa's tribal treasure has been entrusted to a peerless hunter. She requires someone to act as a frontline fighter who can distract her target while her bow takes deadly aim. So melee deeps. And lastly, there's Suhe, who knows little about her people's ancient artifact, decided that it must not fall into the wrong hands. She seeks a mage of great power, but anything beyond that lies shrouded in mystery. So magic deeps. That's only 4. Where's the 5th? Aren't you forgetting someone, Rulja? Your crisis is just as pressing, even if you won't say so yourself. Rulja hails from further south than even Mamook, and has traveled many days and nights in search of someone who can strike down their prey from afar. It's the only way to escape the effect of his village's treasure. Did I get that right? Ah, indeed. I do get so forgetful in my old age. Thank you, Ramajun. 5 tribes, 5 stolen treasures. All are waiting for the aid of a brave soul. Hopefully that can be you, Dekumon. Well, considering you're the one I'm voicing right now, you're probably the one we shall start with. So physical range DPS. I'd be my machinist. Of course, I'll share all that I know on the matter. You need only ask. And know that I will not hold it against you should you choose to assist only those for whom your talents are best suited. So long as you do what you can, the people of Tyrol and maybe even further will be in your debt.
Well, we all know how this is gonna go. I'm gonna do all of them. And pick up a little experience for the Dark Knight in the meantime. You've gained access to the role quest for Dawntrail, a separate quest line and story is now available for tank, melee deeps, physical range deeps, magical range deeps, and healer roles. You know what? Give me a magical melee deeps. It'd still be some melee deeps, wouldn't it? Speak with the people of Tyrol gathered in Shmalfutii and assist them with recovering their stolen treasures. Alright, all set to do the physical range DPS. And as a bonus, I'll be wearing the artifact armor for Dawntrail Machinist, which, I'm gonna be honest, I kinda like this set. This looks pretty damn decent. Alright, Raholja, let's start with to steal a Steelhog. And yeah, I know I could be doing these on classes that need leveling, but honestly, I don't have that many that are between the 90 and 100 mark at the moment. Greetings. So you have decided to aid my people in retrieving our treasure, yes? Yes. They will be glad to know of my long and arduous journey from our homeland in the distant south of Yoktaral was not in vain. As for the treasure we would have you recover, it contains the undying essence of an armadillo Tyrol Vitral. These Steelhogs, as we call them, rely on their tough hides to protect themselves from predators. The legends speak of one that lived to an extraordinary age, perhaps due to its natural suit of armor, and came to be known as the Lord of the Forest. At the end of its long life, our ancestors enshrined the Vitral's soul within the Steelhog vessel. For generations since, the divine blessings it bestowed have been a great boon to our people. Those under its protection need not fear wild beasts, for fang and claw cannot harm them. This allows us to hunt in the forest without risking our lives. This treasure, so crucial to our people, was stolen by a tall, slender merchant, or rather a man posing as one. He came bearing exotic wares from foreign lands and served alcohol freely, toasting often to new friendships. My people became caught up in celebration, and in the morning the merchant was gone, along with the Steelhog vessel. Without it, we cannot bestow its blessings afresh upon our hunters. The effect wanes over time, and one by one we are losing our protection against the savage predators that stalk our land. I see. You know, you guys could try wearing armor, though.
as I and my granddaughter Seetulja still possess the treasure's blessing, we have been tasked with locating the Steelhog vessel and returning it to the village. The trail led us here to Tuliolal, where we believe the perpetrator boarded a ship and made good his escape. The journey here has already pushed this decrepit body of mine beyond its natural limits, and a lengthy voyage by sea would likely be my end. Although I urged Seetulja not to make the crossing alone, she was determined to give chase. Given that you hail from across the ocean, your knowledge of these lands will prove invaluable to her. Not only that, but our Corey may use the Steelhog vessel to his own ends. Only a skilled warrior can stand against such a foe, and Seetulja is no warrior.
You'll have your treasure in 2 shakes of an armadillo's tail. Looks like a field is an option. Fine, I'll help. Now, I can be optimistic about this. Though 2 shakes of an armadillo's tail might be in like an hour or so.
I am truly grateful. My granddaughter's first port of call is a place called Alamigo. You see, as the thief took all of his wares with him, the only clues left behind was an empty bottle of whatever grog he was serving. After asking the sailors here, it seemed it was produced in Alamigo, and with no other leads, Seetulja set forth. Once you arrive, she should not be difficult to find. These days only a handful of Mamoolja attempt the journey, most of them Brutus mercenaries. Seetulja is a far daintier creature, and is sure to have made a favorable impression on the locals. May the Steelhog watch over you.
Okay. As Seetulja has traveled to Alamigo, perhaps you should begin your search by asking around at Rogger's Reach. Not a bad idea. Excuse me, miss. Have you seen a Mamoolja around?
Yes, I met the Mamoolja girl you're after. She was looking for a tall, thin man. Some sort of thief, apparently. It sounded a bit like the leader of a gang of bandits that lurks around Vidrilla.
Yeah,
Vidrilla, sorry. So I told her as much. Chances are that's where she's headed. I hope she stays out of trouble.
Same, but unlikely. And you, sir? A Mamoolja, you say? As it happened, she came over while I was cleaning the cannons. She showed me an empty Arak bottle and said she was looking for the bloke it had belonged to. The thing is, that brand's found all over Alamigo, so I wasn't able to help her narrow down the search. I suspect the first person I talked to is the only one that's going to be of any actual use. Oh, then again, we'll see.
Yes, I saw the Mamoolja on my patrols, but he carried an enormous axe. Not at all like the person you describe.
Yep, I was right. The first one's the only one that was useful. Ah, there you are. Waylaid Merchant. Yeah, I don't think that's the one you're looking for. You said tall and thin. That doesn't mean Lalafell.
Here, let me apply some of this ointment. It's a common remedy where I come from.
Hello.
Oh, are you here to lend a hand? This poor soul was attacked by highwaymen, and I could use some help tending to his wounds. Don't worry about me. It's my escort who's in trouble. He's in pursuit of the thieves, and I think he's bitten off more than he can chew. Please, will you aid him?
Sounds good. I'm off. I'm gonna go shoot somebody in the face. Oh, aren't we the eccentric one? You thieving bastards! Ah! There's the relic. Bonk. Well, that was easy to find. What? But how? Let me guess, it only works against melee blows. Behold! Gah!
Nothing like a bit of divine intervention to tip the scales in my favor. With this artifact in my hands, I'm invincible.
Are you? Or are only resistant to melee shots?
Another one, eh? Not that it matters. Kakulja, it's time you earned your coin.
Oh, there's the Mamoolja with the big axe that we saw, heard about.
I
appreciate the assistance, but he wasn't joking about divine intervention. Some strange force pushed me away. I can't even get near them. Don't worry, I know about the force.
The Steelhog vessel! Return it at once, and the stolen goods!
I love that the Mulja's like, nope, not getting involved.
You followed me all the way here from your backwater village. Alas, your journey has been for naught. The vessel is mine. I, Shadowfight, will make better use of the artifact than you and your ilk ever could. By the might bestowed upon me, I will become savior to the oppressed and destitute. In light of my grand ambitions, the vessel's power would be wasted on the likes of you. If you cannot hunt without it, might I suggest a change of diet? I hear the acorns are delicious at this time of year.
Well, that was disappointing. Didn't even put up a fight.
Oh, damn it all! I was so close too.
Getting dark out here.
But now is not the time for regrets. These two are in need of a healer. I'll see them safely to Rolga's Reach. Would you mind meeting us there? Once their injuries have been treated, we'd better tell the resistant soldiers what happened here.
Not a bad idea. This is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have to be rather judicious with the cuts in this episode, and all of these, I feel.
Well, I'm glad we made it safely without any more trouble. Those bandits wouldn't dare step foot in this place. Right?
Right.
Oh, how rude of me. I never asked your name, or how you chanced to cross us for that matter.
Oh, madame, it was hardly chance.
You came all the way from Tuliyolal at my grandfather's behest? I can't tell you how grateful I am. As for the highwaymen, they possess the Steelhog vessel, a treasure from my village. Not only does it grant protection from harm, it also produces a potent blast when the barrier is dispelled. As long as our enemies have the vessel, attacks at close quarters will be extremely risky. Although, as we say in my village, cracks form in even the mightiest of shields. Knowing this, we are careful not to rely too heavily on its power. But now that the Steelhog vessel has been stolen, this self-same power is being turned against innocent people such as yourselves. I only hope you can forgive me for allowing this to happen.
There's nothing to forgive. If anything, we should thank you for coming to our aid. That Shotterfight and his lackeys have a lot to answer for.
Indeed. We'll give the resistance our testimonies, and with any luck, the information will go some way to clapping those bandits in irons. I'll go with you. The soldiers here need to be warned about the vessel. No, leave it to us. We'll relay what you've told us word for word. After all, you'll need to move quickly if you have any chance of getting your artifact back. When you catch those robbers, give them one from me.
And one from him as well.
How about you, Dekumon? I hope I can count on you to be there for whatever else comes next.
I'm in for the long haul, madame.
I knew it! I sense you're eager to get started, but I need time to plan our next move. Bandits aren't known for being found easily. I was surprised to see a fellow Mamoolja among them. I can't imagine why that Kukulja would work for Shotvi of all people.
You knew him? Interesting. I mean, at least he was nice enough not to take a swing at you. Bandits Abound!
Dekumon, I heard something that might help us. One of the soldiers has been contending with the same bandits who stole the vessel. I'll go and find him. Give me a moment, would you?
Okay. That's gonna be a hard to see nod just because of the coloring around here. I mean, look at this. Brown outfit, brown hair, and brown stone.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Not to mention it's dark out right now. Huh. When she told me she'd been sent an assistant, I never would have guessed it'd be the savior of Alamigo himself.
Oh, you're something of a local celebrity, I take it.
Ma'am, you have no idea.
I'd love to hear more about that, but for now, let's concentrate on the matter at hand.
Yes, quite. The bandits you've been chasing are behind a spate of recent incidents in Alamigo. What's more, it appears that Schultefight is part of a larger network known as the Passage of the Unbound, which is spreading its mayhem far and wide. In particular, they've been carrying out raids on trade caravans heading here from Gridania. We've increased patrols along that route, but the bastards strike so quickly that they usually make good their escape by the time aid arrives. On the rare occasions we've caught them in the act, they use some kind of device or magic object to deflect our arrows and send us sprawling. Oh dear, the blessing.
That's the Steelhog vessel. It was stolen from my village, you see. I'm sorry for all the trouble it's caused. The one who took it, Schultefight, said something about using its power to help the oppressed and destitute. What do you think he meant by that?
That sounds familiar. The reports say the thieves were shouting something along those lines during the other raids. They claim the merchants are overworking and underpaying their laborers and therefore deserve to be targeted. I don't see how stealing a bunch of goods helps the workers, and there's not a shred of evidence that anyone is being exploited. Now, if you ask me, they're just in it for the money. But in any case, their reasons won't matter a jot once they're behind bars. But for that we'll have to catch them first. The most recent incident occurred near Porta Praetoria, one of the waypoints on the road to the palace. If you want to know more, you'd best hear it straight from the commander there. Anyway, I'll send word ahead to let her know you're coming. Assuming you are, that is. We are.
Oh yes, of course. Much appreciated.
Don't worry. We'll deal with this bandit. Just gonna take us a few quests to do so.
That sounds like a promising lead. The soldiers here were good enough to explain the lie of the land around here, so I shouldn't have any trouble making the journey by myself. I'll see you there.
Yes, I will. And you'll beat me there, even though I'm gonna teleport. It's for quest lines like this that I'm glad I have all the Aetherites and all the Aether Currents and all the maps.
Oh, good. You're both here. My colleague at the Reach told me everything.
I can confirm that we've had several sightings of Schultefight and his gang in recent days. They've even taken to ambushing our patrols. Whereas most brigands would flee from armed and armored soldiers, this lot seems to take pleasure in goading us into attacking.
The treasure they carry makes them invulnerable. It can also emit a devastating blast, but that's only effective at short range. Schultefight wants to draw your soldiers into close quarters because there they stand no chance.
Oh, that explains their uncommon boldness. Thank you. This information will go far in helping us contend with the bandits. Oh, I'm sorry, you're a female. Sorry to interrupt. Yes? You know what? You get the voice.
And who might you be?
Oh, simple peddlers, my good lady. I myself have Gridonian stock, and after learning my craft in the markets at Uldor, I now deliver all manner of finery to eager patrons throughout Eorzea. But enough about that. I hope you'll forgive me, but I couldn't help overhearing you mention a gang of highwaymen. We've heard similar tales from other traders passing through, and it seems some stretches of road are more dangerous than others. In fact, the bandits are most often seen at a specific location not far from here. If you like, we can take you there ourselves.
Oh, please, by all means. Wait, Dekumon can take care of himself, but I can't allow any more civilians than necessary into an area believed to be teeming with bandits. Oh, it seems I've no choice but to ask you to go without me. Sorry, but if those highwaymen do turn up, I wouldn't be much good in a fight. While you head off to investigate, I'll see if there's any more information to be had here.
Okay. Why do I think these guys are with the bandits?
Then it's settled. I shall leave our newfound friend in your capable hands.
What? If you say so. I do not trust these guys.
I suppose we should all be on our way then. If we do run into those highwaymen, you'll protect us, right?
Yes, I will. Assuming you aren't the highwaymen yourselves.
Once headed your way now, you know what to do. What? Unacceptable. Either you do this without my help or I'll find someone who can. Show some backbone for once.
Oh god, that's him, isn't it? That's him, isn't it? Alright, let's see this ambush.
Oh, we're almost there. It's just on the side of this gully. Actually, if it's all the same to you, we'll wait here while you go on ahead. This is actually more than close enough for my liking.
Yeah, I figured. Survey and defeat any enemies that may appear. Well, I suspect we'll see some in short order. Alright, surveying, looking around, waiting for the obvious ambush to show up. There you guys are! Hi! Actually, you know what? Here, have two. God damn, that hit looks so juicy. There, are we done? We good? Awesome. That was easy enough. I'm back. And he's gonna be like, what the fuck?
You beat them? All of them? How very fortunate. Well then, I must contact the boss. I'm sure he'll want to know all about this. And no doubt he's still talking to your friend and the commander. They'll be glad to hear you've come to no harm.
I'm sure they will.
You'll never guess what, boss. He trusts a lot of them. Ah, yes, understood. He told us we have to fight next. I'm not quite sure why, but he said they'll be here in a jiffy.
A jiffy, huh? I guess a jiffy is one loading screen's worth.
Is it true? You beat them all single-handedly?
It wasn't that difficult. These guys are pretty easy.
Godspeed good. I'm glad you're on our side. Anyway, I'll take it from here.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's the commander again.
My, very impressive. And how jolly convenient for those villains to appear exactly where we thought they would too. Oh, but above all, I'm glad no one else was hurt. Well, no one important, that is. I'm relieved to see that everyone's safe. It must have taken a lot of courage to bring Dekumon here, knowing that danger could be looking around every corner. Are you sure you're alright? If you're putting on a brave face for our benefit, there's no need, I assure you.
She is dense as a rock.
No, we're fine. Couldn't be better. Well then, I see that's enough excitement for one day. We'd best continue on our way to the Alamegan Quarter. Where's the cell, dear's the broker, that sort of thing. I dare say it'll be some time before any ne'er-do-wells have the gall to descend upon this neck of the, desert. And as for you, my friends, I'd advise you not to stray too far from the beaten path. If you know what's good for you, that is. Ta-ta!
We cannot be this thick. Fine. I guess we're gonna have to let him get away for the time being.
There's nothing left for us here to do, so let's head back to Porta Praetoria.
Sure. At least that one wasn't too long.
Well, that was all very strange. One moment they're helping us apprehend criminals, and the next they're racing off to peddle their wares elsewhere. Merchants certainly are a busy lot, aren't they? Not that I'm complaining, of course. With those supplies in custody, I'm sure the Resistance will be able to wring some valuable information from them. I expect all that wringing will take a while, though. It looks like we've been given an opportunity for a little rest. You've certainly earned it.
No, I haven't, madame, because we're going right to the next one. Take me to your leader.
Now, at a guess, I'd say the Resistance has been interrogating the captured highwaymen for long enough to get some answers from them. With any luck, we may even learn more about where we can find Chatave. I'm sure the commander is as eager as we are to put a stop to his misdeeds. Let's go and see if she's unearthed any useful information.
Let's see indeed. Alright, Miss Commander, let's see if you actually have any useful information for us.
I was just about to send someone for you. Glad you saved me the trouble. I have a favor to ask of you both. I'm going to let the criminal walk free, and I want you to follow him. You see, our questioning has revealed that the bandits are indeed working with Chatave. If we cut one of them loose, he might lead us straight to their den. But if the mission fails and you're discovered, you may find yourself confronted with an untold number of outlaws. Of course I considered sending my own men, but I suspect that by now the bandits know our faces. After Dekumon's little display in the gully, I'm sure he alone can handle whatever trouble may come his way. I'll go with him. If this really does lead us to Chatave, I need to be there when we find him. Very well, but if it comes to a fight, you stay behind Dekumon, understood? I'll have the suspect brought over now, but remember what I said, and stay out of sight until he leaves.
Huh. So a follow mission for the next quest. Alright. Shouldn't be too hard. Three hours later.
Don't look at me like that. I said I'm sorry, didn't I? Aye, that you did. Several times. Still don't believe you, though. And as much as it galls me, there's no evidence to contradict your claim that you were asking in self-defense, nor is there tangible proof of any other wrongdoing. We've no choice but to let you go. You have somewhere to go, I presume? Well, I suppose I could find work loading caravans in Alagiri. Seems as good a place as any for making a quick turning over a new leaf.
Sure. Oh, they're mentioning Alagiri.
Oh, in that case, I'll have you escorted there. But you'd best keep your nose clean, or we'll come down on you like a ton of bricks.
Oh, tons of bricks, sorry. And we gotta put ZE at the end of all weight measurements here.
Turn over a new leaf, my arse. He'll be back among his thieving mates before long, and you'll be right there behind him. For now, all we need to know is the location of their den. Do not attempt to approach the suspects. I'll send word to head to Alagiri. Once you have the information we need, report to the troops stationed there.
Sure.
This is the chance we've been waiting for. Let's go.
Let's-a go. Or as Mario would say,
Let's-a go!
okay, I apologize for that. Actually didn't sound half bad though. Alright, there he is.
There he is.
I just said that.
So much for finding work in Alagiri.
He's only just oh, that's her.
He's only just arrived, and he's already leaving town.
What, you expected him to stay?
Now comes the tricky part. Keeping our eyes on him and his eyes off us. Stick close, but not too close.
Don't worry, I'm well versed in these dang follow missions. Alright, follow the bandit from a distance. Yeah, we know how to deal with this gag. There he is. There's his men. Now we just have to stick close, but not too close. And admire somebody being carried around by a fairy. Ah, there we are. Duty complete. These follow missions are cakewalks. It's not even worth showing them because they don't show anything interesting other than just me wandering. Boy, he is skittish. And there he is. Big surprise.
Those are the merchants we met at Porta Pretoria.
Told you they were fishy.
So, they just let you go out of the kindness of their hearts, is that it? Not only that, but you came crawling back straight here, leading whoever they sent to track you right to our doorstep.
I swear, no one followed me. The soldiers took me as far as Alagiri and then went back the way they came. I made sure there were specks in the distance before I even set foot outside the town.
I suppose I have no choice but to take you at your word. Not that that's worth much. Well, now that this little charade is at an end, let us change into something a little less drab.
One costume change later, and we'll get confirmation that this is indeed the big bad. Yep. Goofy outfit and all.
Shotify, why did you make us fight that bloke without the blessing? He could have killed a lot of us without breaking a sweat. Your oversight, that is all. Here. Boom. Consider yourself blessed. Happy now? Though it pains me to admit it, even with the invulnerability granted by the artifact, The likes of us are ever at the mercy of the truly powerful. I never expected that Mamool wretch to hire a warrior of such caliber to retrieve the vessel. A pox on those interfering nincompoops.
Yeesh.
But the Mamool girl doesn't seem a bad sort. Naive maybe, but it's plain that her heart's in the right place. You truly are pathetic. Not only did you fail miserably, but now you're sympathizing with the enemy? Give me one good reason why I should have rid myself of you permanently. No, please. We owe everything to you, Shotfeet. Without you, we're nothing. They were all in this in the beginning, with Shotfeet pulling the strings. If this is how he treats his friends, imagine what he'd do to his enemies.
I don't have to because we're about to see it firsthand. Oh. You couldn't stay away, could ya?
What? Imbecile, you led them right to us after all! Here, have a blessing. Kakolja, eliminate these vermin!
Don't do it, buddy. I'll kick your ass. He's like, God damn it.
Let me handle this, Dekumon.
Are you sure?
You're from Tyrol, working here as a mercenary, yes? The ones who hired you stole the Steelhog vessel from my village. We need its blessing to stand a chance against the beasts of the forest. I can't return home without the vessel.
He's like, God damn it. Either you return home empty-handed, or you won't be returning at all. I'd rather not harm a fellow Tyroli, so get out of here before I change my mind. I brought enough time by listening to your blathering. Don't let me catch you sniffing around our tails again. I'm gonna have to shoot that guy in the face. That's all there is to it.
Shotfeet and his underlings are out of sight. I thought I could make that Katulja see sense, but he was clearly in no mood to listen. I'd say our best option is to report to the resistance members in Alagiri and share what we've learned.
Yeah, probably. They're not gonna be here when they come knocking, though. But regardless of how things turned out, we appreciate your cooperation in the investigation. The information you've provided has certainly given us a lot to consider. From what I hear, you almost came to blows with a Mamool cell sword, or cell axe, I suppose. I'm glad that it didn't come to violence, especially given the power these bandits have at their disposal. Even so, we thank you for braving such a dangerous mission.
No thanks are needed. We're just as much a part of this investigation as the Resistance. And I'm sure we can all agree we need to work together to take down Shotfeet and his gang. Their performance at Porto Pretoria showed just how cunning they are.
It would seem so, yes. I've heard the little act was most convincing. I'll be sure to warn my comrades against any similar shenanigans. As for the two of you, be careful out there. No problems. Another nod for the pile. And that's the halfway point coming up.
All things considered, I'd say that went fairly well. Shotfeet used the same trick as the time he came to my village, namely posing as a simple trader, when he's in fact a dastardly thief. Still, not even the most skilled actor could fake the fear in that man's eyes. It appears that Shotfeet has complete control over them, and they're powerless to resist. The only one who doesn't seem afraid of him is Kakolja. He even let us go when he had no obligation to do so. I think that if we had the chance to talk, we might find some common ground.
Yeah, I get that feeling too. Sounds like wishful thinking to me, I'm afraid.
Perhaps you're right, but I'm not ready to give up just yet. While I'm certainly not the best fighter, I've been told I'm a good judge of character.
I hope so.
For most of my life, I've lived in a remote village deep in the forest. I had hardly any contact with the outside world, so the thought of talking to strangers was quite daunting at first. But over the course of my journey, I've traveled through all kinds of places. If there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Wherever you go, people are people. In the end, our cultures and the places where we grew up don't make that big of a difference. None of us are perfect, and we each have our faults. And even if it's harder to find in some than in others, I believe there's good in all of us.
Oh.
That's why I hope we have another chance to speak with the thieves, and Kakulja. I'm certainly not strong enough to beat any sense into them, so I'll try talking some sense into them instead.
It's a noble effort, madame, but ultimately I don't think it's going to end well.
Oh, having said, well, all of that, I can't feel even a shred of goodness in that shoulder fight. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough, or perhaps violence is the only language he understands. Things might get a little rough before he's willing to listen. Anyway, we can save him for last. I'll try thinking of a way to reach out to the other members of the gang. Give me a little time, would you?
You have 5 seconds, ma'am. Because the moment this quest is complete, I'm coming back to talk to you. See? And look, you're already set. The milk of Mamoolja kindness. Alright, past the halfway point.
Alright, I have something resembling a plan. First, we'll need to track down the members of Sholtefeet's gang. Then, we'll try convincing them to leave. Considering how terrified most of them were, I'm sure they're eager to free themselves of Sholtefeet and his outbursts. With fewer followers, he'll pose less of a threat to the people of Alamigo, and we'll stand a better chance of taking back the Steelhog vessel. Of course, we now know Kakulja and some of the other members by sight, so it shouldn't take too long to track them down, right?
In that case, let's start looking. Time for another exciting round of Quiz the Locals, then, yes. I'm quite well versed in this game.
Rest assured, I'm already a step ahead of you. Besides, if your role is to fend off bandits in the light, mine should be to gather information and whatnot. Does that not sound fair to you?
It actually does.
As it happens, our resistance friend stationed here had some interesting news to share. Apparently, the 2 men posing as merchants that we met before were spotted nearby, engaging in trade and conversing with caravan owners, all to nefarious ends, no doubt. They were last seen in a place called Alagana, so we should head over there right away. One has a beard and the other has blue eyes. Assuming they haven't changed their disguises, they should be fairly easy to find.
Here's hoping. Alagana, huh? Well, you 2 little rascals were easy enough to find. Hey, recognize me?
Good work, Dekumon.
Oh, they definitely recognize her.
Why, good morning. What can I do for you? You can start by dropping the Affable Merchant Act. It's nothing but a front for your real line of work.
Save me, Sholtefeet! Oh, for Christ's sake.
Oh, is that what you really want? You seemed so scared of him before. Look, we're not here to hurt you. We just want to retrieve the vessel. If you explain what's going on, we might even be able to help you. Why don't you start by telling us your names?
Our names? I don't have a name. I'm too scared to tell you.
Come to think of it, not once did Sholtefeet ask us that. It was always you there, or some undeserved insult instead.
Lousy leader. Or maybe he's just really bad with names like I am.
I'm Avenel, and this here's Pepin, both born and bred in Uldar. We were struggling to make ends meet until Sholtefeet, claiming to be a merchant, took us under his wing.
Right. He said that he was just like us, exploited and sick of bending over backwards for the rich and powerful. Then he showed us the artifact, and told us it had the power to change the world for the better. With its blessing, you could shrug off the charge of an Aurochs like it was a soft breeze, making you practically invincible.
You can imagine how impressed we were, and we did exactly as he instructed. At first, he told us to pretend to be merchants so we could scout out vulnerable caravans. Next thing we knew, we were joining him on raids. We never wanted to hurt anyone, but we owed Sholtefeet for giving us the power to strive for a better life. And when we saw what happens to anyone who spoke up against him, it still makes my blood run cold to think of it.
Sholtefeet mentioned before that he's also from Uldar. Assuming he was telling the truth, that is. It seemed to me his gang is mostly formed of people from a similar background. But what about Kakulja? He's a mercenary, correct?
Yes, hired by Sholtefeet. He's so skilled that I doubt he even needs the blessing.
Normally he keeps to himself, but once he told me about his homeland and an ocean away.
Huh.
Perhaps it's not like my own. Avenel, Pepin, even if you still view us as enemies, We appreciate you telling us the truth.
No, we're the ones who should thank you. You've shown us more kindness than Shontafeet ever has. Look, you were so kind it even brought the sun out. There's one other thing though. Although you know about the crimes we've been party to, could you give us some time to straighten things out? Once this is all over, we'll turn ourselves in, I promise. Of course, we're not the only ones looking to cut ties with Shontafeet. We'll try to persuade the others to leave the gang too. Not only that, with us acting as your men on the inside, we can help you take back your treasure. What do you say?
Oh, this plan just might work. Count us in. We'll tell the resistance soldiers to hold off for now and give you the chance to put things right.
You won't regret it. We'll return to the den and talk to the others. Until next we meet, be careful.
Do not double-cross me, sir. I'm really good with this pistol. Well, we're about to find out if she's as good of a judge of character as she says she is.
To be honest, that went a lot better than I expected. And although it was fairly obvious from the outset, they confirmed my suspicions about Kakulja traveling here to find work as a mercenary. Do you remember his reaction when we first encountered him? I have a feeling he and I are both from a similar part of Tyrol, and he was surprised to see someone like me here in Eorzea. Or whatever the reason, he's let us go twice now. He may be aiding and abetting a nefarious criminal, but I refuse to believe he's a bad person. I think it's worth talking to him, and for that, we'll need to create an opportunity. The way he spoke about his homeland to Avanan and Pepin means he probably misses it, which gives me an idea. Where I come from, we have a tradition of using incense burners, and if Kakulja's village is anything like mine, that fragrance will remind him of home. Then, just when he's feeling all homesick and vulnerable, we make our move. The incense itself is made from copal, a type of tree resin. Do you think you could collect some of that while I gather the other ingredients? I actually came up with this idea back in Aligiri and asked our resistance associate where we might find copal. The good news is that there should be some in a place called the Last Forest. The bad news is that the smell attracts all sorts of horrible creatures, so try not to get eaten.
Try not to get eaten, eh? That shouldn't be a problem. I see a big old purple ring, high, and an enemy that is clearly far too high level for this area. Wow, he took that all out like a champ. We done now? Easy enough. Wonder how many of these I have to get. The answer was just the one. Here you are.
Is that copal I smell?
Yes, it is. And the blood of a really large bug, but that's just a bonus.
Oh my, this is quite the find. Once I mix this with the other ingredients, we'll have a batch of traditional incense ready for burning. Unfortunately, the preparation takes a little while, so in the meantime, perhaps you could begin the search for Kakulja. According to the locals, a Mamoolja has been seen near the river, which runs through Rust Rock. With all of the dust swirling about this place, I can imagine he'd want to wash it all falls somewhere. I find myself bathing more than usual here, so I can relate.
Yeah, you're used to tropical weather. This here be dusty desert. Ah, there he is. Hello, Kakulja. Well, it was easy enough to find you. What are you doing here? Look, man, we're gonna talk you away from this. Either that or we're gonna beat the shit out of you.
Oh, there you are. I didn't even need the incense. He's right here. Yeah, I have a present for you. It's an incense burner. The metal case is an old one I happen to have with me, but I made the incense from fresh ingredients, including copal that Dekumon collected. Why not try lighting it? I'm sure the aroma will bring back pleasant memories of home.
There's no need. I'd recognize that smell anywhere. But as much as I long to return home, I'd rather not be reminded of what I left behind. What I might never see again. As things stand, I've no choice but to continue working as Shontafeet's mercenary, no matter what crimes he commits. Dude, seriously, there are better people who will pay you better.
But why?
The fare for a ship back to Tyrol is enough to buy a mansion here in Eorzea. At least that's what Shontafeet told me. He said that if I serve him loyally, he'd cover the cost of my journey home.
Hold on a moment. But it's dead cheap to get back.
Yeah, Shotafeet's literally pulling your leg.
Oh, surely that can't be right. People rich and poor travel from Eorzea to Tuliolal all the time.
Well, since I'm unfamiliar with the local customs for negotiations and such, Shotafeet offered to speak with the ship's owner in my stead. Compared to the journey from Tyrol to Eorzea, traveling in the opposite direction is far more perilous due to the weather conditions and so forth. Were it not for Shotafeet's skill at the bargaining table, the price would have been even higher. Oh, so he said. Oh god damn it, I was tricked, wasn't I? I've been played for a fool, haven't I? Yep.
That unscrupulous thieving snake in the grass! He won't get away with this! I have an idea. You should come with me to Limsa Liminsa, where I can introduce you to the captain of the merchant ship that brought me here. He's sure to give you passage home for a fair price. Heck, I'm pretty sure we can cover it even. To tell the truth, I was rather hoping you'd join us in our cause, but you've already been through enough. Getting you home safe and sound comes first.
I don't know what to say. Thank you for your kind offer, but I have unfinished business here. Now that I know that little shit's been tricking me, I'm gonna go cut his head off. Though I may have been deceived, that is no excuse for the harm and suffering I have caused. I alone must settle the score with Shotafeet, once and for all. Oh, you're gonna be my tank when I'm fighting this guy, aren't you?
Whenever you're ready, the offer still stands. It's a pity we couldn't join forces, but he's got to do things his own way, I suppose. In any case, let's head back to Alagiri. With all those soldiers around, at least we won't have to worry about bandits, which is more than I can say for this place.
I imagine that's the end of this quest. Alright, this one's done.
You know, Kakocha isn't at all like his first impression suggested. He was actually rather sweet, and perhaps a touch naive. Still, we can't blame him for being taken in by Shotafeet's lies. And Kakocha wasn't the only one. I still can't bring myself to forgive that treacherous viper. Thanks to him, we've been led a merry dance and still have nothing to show for it. And with any luck, our newfound allies, Avenel and Pepin, will have good news for us before long.
I really hope they weren't playing us. 98. Ally in the alley.
Oh, you'll never guess what just happened in the last 2 seconds. Someone I've never met before handed me a letter who said they were asked to deliver it by an entirely different person. There's no way to tell who the message is originally from. As I'm accustomed to, well, everything around here, I can't tell if the letter should be taken at face value or if there's some hidden meaning. Perhaps you could take a look.
Okay. Well, hand it over. Let's see what we got. I should zoom in more. Dekumon is to come to the Alamigan corridor and meet with a man in spectacles. He must arrive incognito.
The instructions are clear enough, but even so, this is as suspicious as month-old milk. On the other hand, it could be from Avenel and Pepin. While this smells like a trap, we don't have any better leads. I think we should do as the letter instructs, but proceed with the utmost caution. I'll meet you there.
Okay, ma'am. Alamigan corridor. Alright, let's see where this goes.
Now that you're here, it's time to get you into disguise. As for me, even the most elaborate costume in the world would do little to keep me hidden in a place like this. I'll stick to the shadows and watch from a safe distance. I took the liberty of picking your outfit out for the occasion. Let's hope it fits, eh? The sash and straps are a bit tricky to get right, so if they come undone and your disguise falls apart, just come back to me and I'll help you get dressed again.
You must continue wearing these garments in order to progress. You will change back if you move too far away. Okay, so it's just a disguise. There we are. Not terrible. Now, I just have to get to the other end of the world here. Can I dismount? Yes, I can. Awesome. You must be the bespectacled man. You must be Dekumon, correct? I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Our mutual friend Avenel sends his regards. Like him, I and several others have resolved to make a clean break and free ourselves of Shotafeet for good. You and the Mamool girl have done us a great service by giving us a chance to put things right before reporting us to the Resistance. Now, to the matter at hand. No doubt you are wondering why we must resort to such convoluted means to meet with you. Simply put, it is to avoid arousing the suspicions of Shortfeet and those still loyal to him. As for why we've brought you here, there's someone we wish for you to meet. For now, I ask that you remain in disguise. Okay. Not feeling 100% good about this, I'm gonna be honest. Suspecting this is a trap.
Your cooperation is appreciated. One moment, please.
Alright. Oh! I'm glad we have a chance to meet. Would that it were under better circumstances. My attempt to put a stop to Sholtefeet's wrongdoing ended in failure. I tried to seize the artifact, but he was ready for me. Even so, it wasn't all for nothing. Well, tell me. I'm interested. Holy shit, he has Reapers? Thank you all for joining me in spite of the ever-watchful eye of the Resistance. The time has come to initiate the next phase of my master plan. Until recently, we have concentrated our efforts on liberating wares from hapless merchants, but this was all in service to something far greater. Our disruption of the flow of goods into Alamigo has plunged the markets, and as a consequence the city itself, into chaos exactly as I had foreseen. Good lord. No longer will we be forced to scrawl through the mud and lick the boots of the rich and privileged. We shall cast down the oppressors. They will suffer as we have. The meager shall inherit this land. Down with the old order. I have invested our funds into restoring and enhancing discarded Magitech weaponry. Now, nothing can stop us from taking over Alamigo. Oh, goodness. Really? Did you literally, dude, you literally, he just walked up in the middle of the crowd and he's just gonna take a swing, isn't he? That's enough, Sholtefeet. Your treachery ends here. All this time I believed your lies, but no more. Give me the artifact, now. It belongs to Setulja and her people. Hey, god dang it.
What? But Kakulja is Sholtefeet's right-hand man.
Silence! Look at this wretched soul. That Remulgent girl has turned him against me, his one and only benefactor. Be warned, should any of you side with this traitor, and no longer shall you bask in the artifact's blessing. Now, seize him, or face the consequences. Oh dear. Yeah, they're all gonna turn on him. Yep. Well, most of them are. Oh dear. That's not good. Yes, that's more like it. Any further interference could place my entire plan in jeopardy. I must act without delay. That is a lot of bullshit barriers. With the artifact's blessing and its shockwaves at their disposal, I was given a beating and thrown into the dirt. Later on, my friend here had a few other sympathizers stuck out and treated my injuries. Okay, so I don't have to feel, you know, ill will towards all of them at this point, because I'm not going to get betrayed, I think. More importantly, my attempted mutiny will no doubt have Sholtefeet panicking as he struggles to maintain his hold over the rest of the gang. An attack is imminent, with the palace as most likely target. I ask that you relay this to Setulja. At the very least, she has a right to know the whereabouts of the artifact. And I'll be there waiting to greet this guy. Almost missed that nod there. Well, this was a short little quest. Hold on. Down you go.
So, what happened?
Oh, madame. Shit happened.
Oh, they were right to trust the sender of their letter after all. We knew Kakulcha had a score to settle with Shortefeet, but I had no idea he tried to take back the vessel as well. Though we may not be working side by side, I'm glad to count him amongst our allies. Oh, speaking of which, we must inform the Resistance about Shortefeet's plan right away. We stand a far better chance of stopping him with their support, but given the power at his disposal, even that may not be enough. I'll try to think of something. In the meantime, you should make whatever preparations you can, as even the smallest advantage may prove crucial. Oh, and I see you've changed back into your usual garments. Not that the outfit I chose didn't suit you, but I think this is more your style.
Alright, for the last quest in this leg, the Mightiest Shield.
Avenel and Pepin are on their way here.
Shortefeet, he set his plan into motion. We would have come sooner, but after Kakulcha openly opposed him, he became even more secretive than before. He refused to share his schemes with even his most loyal. Now he's used a caravan to smuggle a load of Magitech into the city. He's about to launch an assault on the royal palace.
And we managed to sneak away, but Shortefeet and the others will make their move any moment now.
Understood. We'll head there straight away. And we've no choice but to face them head on. While I wish there was more I could do to help, I'd best leave the fighting to you. Oh no, what am I saying? There must be a way I can help. The treasure is from my village. I should be the one to solve this.
I'm sure you'll think of something on the way. If you're in, you're in. This is no time to waver. Stand back and let me take care of this. No, I'm sure you'll think of something along the way, but just stay out of the front line. I thought I'd find you here. Kakulja? Yep. See, Tulja, you've already done so much for me and the other Shortefeet tricked into becoming his accomplices. It would appear that it's in your nature to help wherever you can. Nevertheless, your place is not on the battlefield. You must leave that to Dekumon and myself. I was right, he is going to be my tank.
But what about your injuries?
They were not so severe to begin with, and those in the gang sympathetic to me provided various balms to treat the worst of them.
I'm glad I know there are a few good eggs among them, but now that we've decided who's going, we need a plan. From the way Shortefeet uses the vessel, it's clear there's one thing he hasn't realized yet. As we say in my village, cracks form in even the mightiest of shields. If there's a limit to the blessing's power, we'll find it.
You should know there's a limit to the blessing's power because you guys own the artifact and have used it for years.
Oh, whatever you do, you'd better do it quickly. Shortefeet and the others will soon reach the palace. We'll share everything we know with the Resistance and ask them to come as quickly as possible.
Be careful out there.
You too. This is guaranteed to be a duty calls. That's like been a tradition of all the role quests up to this point, is there's always a duty calls at the end. And I'm ready for it. Interesting. Thought it would be. Maybe it just hasn't topped up yet.
They must have taken the long way around, since the caravan won't be able to traverse the stairs. We, on the other hand, have no such concerns. Let's take a shortcut and intercept them. But then again, they might try to use the vessel's power to stop our advance. We'd best keep our eyes peeled for danger. You're the best chance to lead the charge, so we'll await your signal.
There it is.
Ready? Well then it's now or never. Sorry, this charging into battle stuff is all new to me. I won't pretend I'm not scared, but I'll try to stay out of your way. Besides, I can't afford to back down now, knowing what's at stake. Let's show Shortefeet who he's dealing with.
Item level 680. I should have no problem with this. Oh my. Whew. God damn, did they start some fires? I see ash falling.
Infiltrating the city was almost too easy. Now go, comrades. The smoldering ruins of the old order will be the foundation of our utopia.
Oh, not? Why aren't you moving?
That's as far as you go.
I thought I'd seen the last of you.
Sorry, man. Not even close.
Did you not see this artifact can lift up the meek from under the boots of their oppressors? Not just one isolated tribe, but everyone who's ever known fear. You call me a villain, but it's you who would keep such a liberating power for yourself. You're no better than those we struggle against, and only when you're ill-kept and eradicated will the world know freedom. The hour has come for us to rise up and take what is rightly ours.
And my whole village might rely on the treasure's blessing, but we would never use it to steal from others. You lie, cheat, and show nothing but misery. You don't want to cast down the oppressors, you want to be the oppressors.
Silence! Enough of your sanctimonious prattle! Yeah. Buff time!
Oh wow. Shall defeat Craven's Creed. He even gets a boss intro.
Perhaps I am every bit as wicked as you claim, but what of it?
Oh, yeah, no figure he was gonna fight us himself. He's gonna get in the hot rod.
Does your self-righteousness make you better than me?
Yes. Stupid question, dumbass.
For you and all those who judge me unworthy, my hatred will never die.
What the heck? Goofy music. I feel like I should be fighting Moogles with this. Ah, remember Crackstorm and even the Mightiest of Shields. Yep, just keep punching them. Don't see some truth to it, don't let up. Well, let me actually fight here. Come on, I want to fight. Oh, that is just straight up gonna hit no matter what, huh? God damn, that thing is beefy. Is it working, ma'am? I don't think it is. I need to move so this guy's not taking all these hits. Get the Queenie up. What the heck? Oh, hey, we cracked it. Ugh, I wasted Queenie. Focus your attacks on the barrier's cracks. That's the plan. There we go. God, these things take forever to crack, though. Woo! He smoked them all there. That one's done. Save my, I'm gonna save him with the Automaton Queen. Oh, I see. This is directional. Ah. Oh, sir! There's a chink in your armor, and a big one at that. Missiles! Your missiles mean nothing. The barrier's power is absolutely useless. God dang it, he used it up again. on, give me some targets that actually are gonna last longer than 5 seconds so I can use my big guns. And I'll stand right here, it's very safe. Oh, look! You guys are gonna fight without the little things now. And yeah, I know, I just flamethrower there for no stupid reason. Keep attacking the barrier. Oh, crap. Those are starting to hurt. Let's tactician here, try and soak a little of that. Okay. They're not really a good spot for this. Where's the hole? I'm looking for the hole. I don't have a hole here. Dang, how long do you have to hit this thing before I get a friggin' hole? Man, what are you doing here? It is not safe of you. Oh, she's juicing him. Stopping missiles! Stopping missiles! Are we good? Are we happy? There's the crack. Hang on, I'm coming. Hello? Oh God. She gave me a huge boost in the attack speed. And it's gone. Now it's time for your face. Oh, this wildfire's gonna go hot, yep. And that's all she wrote. Whew. That was cute. Alright. Well, I was gonna ask you to pull over, but I think you already did. There. Got it back. Hey, and it still works.
Now we got the fizzle back, and it's still in one piece.
I mean, did you expect it to not be?
Please, I beg of you, give me the artifact. All the trials I overcame to join the UNBOUND. Everything I did was on a chance at happiness. Without the blessing, I'm nothing. My enemies will live on, unpunished.
Enough! I tried reasoning with you, but it seems there's only one language you understand. Murder.
Whee! Yeah! So much pain.
God dang.
There.
Are you all right?
Oh, never better.
You're a hell of a support character. Ah, and here's the resistance. Late as usual.
We surrender!
Yeah, probably a good idea.
I'd say that Shotafit's plans for world domination are well and truly over. Not only that, but the Steelhog vessel is back where it belongs. Or at least it will be soon. Of course, I have you two to thank for everything. I quite literally couldn't have done it without you.
Ah, 'twas nothing, ma'am. 'Twas nothing. And bonus, you two can go back to Troll together. Ah, and it's lovely rain.
Although the resistance arrived more than a bit late, they've now taken Shotafit and his cronies into custody. They're lucky we were on hand to confront the gang, or things could have ended very differently. I have to say, my first trip overseas was a lot more eventful than I'd have liked, but I'm glad I had the chance to meet so many interesting people. Well, apart from all the criminals, that is. As much as I'd like to spend more time seeing the sights and whatnot, I suppose I'd best get the vessel back to Thrall. What about you, Kakulja?
There's only one thing I can do. Turn myself in, just like Pepin and Avenel. Even if I was dancing to Shotafite's tune, the fact remains that I committed those crimes of my own free will, and I must pay the penalty. Perhaps if I am one day granted freedom, I'd like to pay my way home with fairly earned coin. The first thing I do upon returning is visit your village, and offer my apologies for using the artifact to carry out evil deeds. After that, oh crap, I don't know what I'd do. No, it's too soon to speak of such things. Oh, you want to court her, don't you?
Whenever your journey's led, you're always welcome in my village. Be sure to come visit one day. How about you, Dekumon? If you happen to pass through Tuliolal, my grandfather will love to show his appreciation for all you've done. Maybe I'll see you there.
Maybe. I imagine that's the last stop is, report back to Tuliolal, as it usually is. Always go back to the start of the quest line to finish it off. Man, this is gonna be a long episode. Hey, sir.
Your return, Dekumon. But pray tell what has become of my granddaughter.
Oh, she's fine.
Why, I'm right here. We did it, Grandfather. We took back the Steelhog vessel.
Oh, my dear, what a relief it is to see you safe and well. Of course, I am glad you were able to retrieve the treasure, but even that cannot compare to the joy of seeing your smile once more. And to you, Dekumon, I must express the sincerest of gratitudes. No doubt we have you to thank for Setolja's safe return, not to mention that of the vessel as well.
It was nothing. Just part of me in the go for a light. Anyone, anywhere, anytime.
Oh, absolutely. I would have been lost without your guidance and bravery in the face of danger. Thank you, truly. Anyway, we should be getting back to the village. No doubt the others will be clamoring to use the Steelhog vessel to go hunting again. I'll be coming back to Tuliolal at some point, so hopefully we'll run into each other again soon.
Maybe we will. And maybe I'll see your new boyfriend.
Until next time.
Wait, what was that about a boyfriend? What did I miss? What did I miss? And off she goes. Oh, and there we are. The Mightiest Shield and the physical range DPS line is finally complete and in the book. And New Game Plus. Anyway, my friends, that is definitely going to be it for today. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me for more Yosin adventures. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.